Can you see PuTTY now?
Yep, I see it. Cool. Root user.
Oh man, that was confusing. I need to fix that.
What was the hang up ultimately?
One of my old server. I was using my old server. Long story short, I used to have a HostGator server. I was using the username from the HostGator. I had a dedicated server on HostGator, and I was using the username from it because I thought I had done the same. So I finally figured it out. So sorry about that.
Hey, no worries.
So now we can make the directory, or what do I?
Yep.
Where do I?
Yep. So let me share this.
Do I need to change? I need to go to opt.
Yep. Let's move into opt. Let me screen share mine.
Is that right? CD / or space / opt.
Yep. And you can always check what directory you're in. If you type pwd, which stands for present working directory, that'll show you what directory you're in.
Cool.
So cool, you're in opt. So we want to do a mkdir space red 5. So this command here is saying make directory at opt red 5, but since you're already in /opt, you can just do mkdir space red 5.
Okay.
Yep. So now if you do an ls, you should see the red 5 directory. Cool. And let's cd into that red 5 directory. Cool. So now we have an empty red 5 directory with nothing in it. And we need to grab the latest release of the red 5 server. And I got this, so if you look at my screen, this is the red 5 server on GitHub and their releases. So they're, like any software project, they move through, different releases, like they've been updating the code and then they cut a release. And so this is their latest stable release, 1.0.9. So what I did.
You're not like me. I would have gone for the 10, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, but
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So what I did is I copied the link to this tar.gz, which is basically another form of a zip file, but tar.gz's, because not every Linux server always has the unzip command installed by default. Like you see, these are the exact same file, same size, 42. But I just copied that link in here. And the key here is this wget command.
Can you can you put the link in the side chat there?
Sure.
Or
yeah, for sure.
Is that how I'm supposed to get that? Or
yep. So this is the link to the zipped file on GitHub. I'll copy this into the chat over here. Let me put a little break in these commands. So that URL. So what you want to do in your shell, so copy that link, and then back in the shell, you'd want to type wget.
WG.
wget, wget.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
It's just a command to pull something from, a URL that you specify. So
I got that confused with Git, like GI, like GIT hub.
Yeah. So wget space, and then paste in that URL.
I did Control V.
Yeah, sometimes shells have weird copy paste. You might do a right click paste, or might even be Control Shift V. Is there a, can you right click? Does PuTTY allow right click?
Well, there you go. That was too easy.
Yep. And then if you hit enter, it should just download it for you. There we go. So now if we do an ls, we should have one file in that directory. Cool. So now
what's the old DOS? What was the old DOS show or dir to show files?
Yep. Yeah, the DOS.
I keep having DOS flashbacks.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so
so now next up, we want to extract that file. So we'll use the tar command. So the zipped file you have in there is called a tarball. Slang for, it's just like but it's because it's a tar.gz, it's just tarball. So if you ever see tarball, they just mean like the zipped file. So we want to type tar, so that's the command, and then we'll pass it 2 arguments, x, f, x meaning extract, f meaning the file that's next. So then you do a space, and then if you just hit tab, it should autocomplete.
Tab.
Yeah. So that's literally the only file in the directory.
Okay.
And now, so if we don't press enter, but if we pressed enter now, it would unzip that tarball and leave you with another directory with a bunch of files inside of it. But because we already have our red 5 directory and we want to extract this into the current directory, we do a ---- strip space 1. And so that's saying, extract this whole tarball without the parent directory. And so that should just plop all the files right into this directory that we're in now. So now we can hit, yep. Now if we do an ls, you should have all the red 5 stuff in there.
Cool.
Yep. So red 5 right now is basically installed.
So if I were to go to that path, would it show the red 5?
Well, all we've done so far is, extract it. We haven't even started it up or added firewall rules to allow it to be accessed. So basically, we just downloaded a program, but we haven't started it yet.
I was not screen sharing when I typed in the password for the.
Nope, I haven't seen any passwords.
In my effort to share information with other people, I mean,
yeah,
I don't want to share everything.
That's the danger. Yeah.
Okay, I was going to answer this question. We are. Tom is helping me install Red 5. It's a live streaming server for uscaughtups.com, so we can do live streaming there. It's not going to be exactly like Hangouts because I would have to have the pro version. But anyway, I'll figure out what I can do exactly with it. I know I'll be able to create instances that I can from like OBS. So anyway, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. I was just trying to let them know what we were doing.
Sure.
A couple of people asking questions. So I still need to have my shell open up.
Yep, we've got a few more steps to do. So now we have the program, but we want to set up the init script. So in your shell, if you do an ls, stop. you do an ls space, and then slash etc slash init.d, so slash etc init.d, and then hit enter. This should show you everything that's in your init folder. So these are all like scripts to tell the server how to start and stop services. So it's one thing to have a program or some software downloaded and like manually start it. Like on Windows, it's like double clicking on a program is the manual way to start. Like in Linux, it's like manually running a script to start a program. But what these init scripts do is allow the Linux system to know, like in a standard way, how to start and stop these services. And it's really useful. So, if this server is ever rebooted for patches or just general security maintenance, these init scripts will ensure that on server reboot, your desired services will come back up when the server comes back up.
That's
so you don't have to always log in and get it started. And the most security updates happen in the middle of the night, so you don't want to go through half the day or maybe a few days without realizing your service isn't even up. So what we need to do now is make a new script in this folder to represent our Red 5 program that we downloaded. So if we go to let me show you. So I actually put together a little gist, which is a thing on GitHub, like for sample code. Set up this gist here. I got a URL. Test this up, I think, this morning. So this is a script. This is kind of the basic script for these Linux services. And I just did some configuration for Red 5. So what we want to do is download this script and plop it in the etc initd folder. So that if we do, so we're going to use wget again. And if you want to cd to that etc initd folder.
First, go, okay.
Yep. CD standing for change directory, and then cd space etc slash init.d. Oops, slash before etc.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was already in that.
Yep. So now we're in the folder, and we want to do a wget, and then let me get this link for you. So this is a link to that script that I wrote up, that service. I'll add some space between. That. Now, don't hit enter yet, because if we if we hit enter now, the way wget works is it just downloads and it keeps the file as whatever the URL called it. But because of how GitHub kind of masks or anonymizes the files, we don't want this service to be called whatever that is, like some hash value. But wget has an argument to specify the output file name. So if we do a -O and then a space and then just Red 5, that's telling it, okay, download this file, and when you save it, call it Red 5. So if we hit enter now, we should download that script. And then if we do an ls, we should see Red 5. But now you see, yep, so it's there. And if we do a cat space,
It's a different color.
Yep, that's the next step. Oops.
Sorry.
No, that's cool. So just hit Control-C. Control-C in Linux just kills the current for running process. But if we do a cat space red5, this is just to confirm that, you know, what we downloaded is the actual script and not just some URL garbage or whatever. So yep, that looks right. But now you're right. If we do an ls, that file, that service file is white instead of green. So in the terminal, that means, so like different files in Unix systems have permissions on them. So actually, if you try doing an LL, which is another form of ls, usually. Yep, so you see on the right there, those RWs, those are, that stands for read, write, execute. So right now, red5 doesn't have the execute bit set on it, which means it can't be executed, which it needs to be able to be executed if we want to use it as a service. So there's another command for that. It's chmod. Yep, and then space, and we're going to tell it to set the execute bits to 755. So just type 755, and then space, and then red5. Now if we do another LL, we should see, you know, now it's green, and the bits are the same as the other services there.
And this other, I guess these others aren't supposed to have the same permissions.
Yep, yep. So those are just like files that are read in by other services, not executed on their own, those white ones.
One of my friends, Cam, is saying he can't pop in because he's shooting skeet. So that's funny.
Pretty fitting, yeah. Cool, so let's make sure this service script works. So if you just type service, one second.
I was supposed to wait for a.
Oh yeah, service space red5 space start. So this is saying start the red5 service. And we got an OK, so that's cool. So we know the service script works. It started up without any visible errors to us now. But we still have a few more steps to do. So let's go through the next two steps. Will ensure that red5 starts up when and if the server reboots ever. So we use the command, just copy paste this.
Change config red5.
So this check config.
Oh, I can't read. Good thing you.
Oh,
check config. Okay.
Yep. So this is a command that adds the red5 server or service to the Linux services to start on reboot.
Go ahead and just run that.
Yep. Just enter. Yep. No output means success. And then we needed, so now that it's added to check config, we also need to turn it on, which is check config red5 on.
Might be easier just to right mouse click right.
There you go.
On.
But no -- add.
Oh, just on.
Yep. There you go.
Now you could probably check the path, right?
Should be able to. Let's see if those ports are open. That's interesting.
I guess what would it be that So it's not going to be just uscomics.com/red5. It's going to be.
It would be. Actually, can you go back to the shell, the terminal, and type IP tables. L. So IP tables on a CentOS system. IP tables is the firewall program. And the L here just means list the rules that are currently active. Yep, so that's good. We know IP tables is in use. But what we need to do is add, so by default, Red 5 uses 2 ports.
5080.
5080 and I believe 1935.
I remember that from when I was trying to install it myself.
Yeah, nice.
It's funny. Of course, that was a big fail.
So this is probably the most complicated part because we actually have to edit a file to get this done. Are you comfortable with editing files in the terminal? Do you, like with VI or Vim, VIM?
Well, I can try unless you think it's just.
No, I can definitely walk you through it.
If you again, if you get kind of bored out of your mind, you can just say,
"It's cool.
I'll take over from here." I think this is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, but I bet we can do this. This is fun for me too. Usually I'm just the one driving, so it's fun to, really force myself to be able to talk about it too. So
like a teacher.
Yeah. So let's do this command. This VIM is the console editor. VIM, yeah.
N or M?
M, as in Molly. And then, oops. Well, let's do a.
Oops. Control-C.
Actually, so this is actually the hardest part about Vim is exiting. What you need to do is type colon, so shift colon.
Okay.
Yep, and then the single letter Q, and then enter, and that'll quit it. So when you just typed Vim without a file, it just opened up the editor. But what we want to do is Vim space /etc.
Oh, slash.
Mm-hmm. /sysconfig, sysconfig, /IP tables. So this is the file containing all the current firewall rules. And if we hit enter, we see all the current firewall rules. Okay. Let me just take a look at that real quick. Input J. All right. Now, what we need to do is add 2 rules to this list. And so the thing about Vim, yep, you got it.
I was wondering where well, it's a little laggy on the controls, but.
Yeah, it's SSH for you. So what we want to do is, so maybe on that, maybe like what, 4 lines up, that A input account, both, hit $, so shift 4.
Oops.
Oh, that works. Yeah. So that all we're doing is going to the end of that line.
Oh, I thought you were okay. I thought you wanted me to put the $sign at the beginning.
Nope.
Of the line.
Nope. What we want to do is we grab this. for you.
Oops.
So let me grab this. So this is the first. Oops. That's the first rule we want to add. So
Starting with the
yep, starting with the hyphen. And then back in the shell, oops, just hit U for undo. Ooh, hit escape.
will it let me backspace?
Yeah, there you go.
Simple.
There we go.
So I should not have done that at all, huh? What? I don't remember. I'm on the wrong line though.
Here, just hit escape. So because we're in insert mode, now if you just hit U as many times as you can, and it'll take us back to where we were. So, okay.
Yeah.
Now if we hit A and enter.
Was that supposed to be on the act book both?
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay, so
Mhm.
what did you say to do?
Hit enter. That should take us to a new line.
Oh, okay.
And now if you paste. There we go. If you want to now hit enter one more time. And then I will get you the next one.
That's weird because I tried hitting enter that once and it didn't. You're saying I was in a different mode.
Yep. So in Vim, there are two modes, insert and edit, or visual mode, rather. For visual mode, you can't make edits, but you have to enter into insert mode before you can actually edit the file. Now, yep, just paste that boy in there. Cool. Now if you hit escape and then type :set space list.
Now it went over the cursor's over the T when I hit escape.
Yep, that should be right.
So
what we're trying to, yep, :set.
Oh, that put me down. Okay.
Yep, because we're in visual mode right now, we can type these commands. So what we're looking at here, so you see those little $signs at the end of the lines?
Mm-hmm.
We're looking for any line that has spaces. That looks right. That looks good. Just making sure we got these in right. So now if we do a :W, yep, we just wrote the file, and now :Q. All right, so if we do a service, back on that service, because IP tables itself is a service. So if we do a service IP tables restart, oops, I did that wrong. There we go. So if we type IP tables space -L again to list our rules, or capital L, I'm sorry.
Oops.
We should see, yep, we see 5080 red 5 and 1935 red 5. So because we started red 5 earlier, now we just need to test it. Those are all the steps I went through. So, I don't know if it's /red 5. It might be a specific port. US con.
Oh, I gotta do.
Be 5080 like this.
Do you do red 5 :5080 or just red 5 or?
I believe it's just usconops.com 5080. And I mean, this is the default setup. There are, you know, various
There it is. Yeah.
configuration things you can to make that port not needed, right? So if you do hit, if you want it to just be /red5, that's just something on the front end web server configuration.
Right.
Where it kind of, you know, reads /red5 and it forwards it to 5080. So we know it's up and going. This is about as far as I've ever got with Red 5. Yeah.
That's not good. I was hoping you could tell me how do you set up an instance, or is that like, let's say I start OBS. I keep. And I go into my settings. Does that mean, I wonder how I get a key?
Oh, I get you. Let's find out. General how to. What's that streaming? OSB what? OBS. OBS, that's right.
Yeah.
Do some Googling.
Should be something I have to get from.
Actually, give me 1 second. I need to run to the restroom. Be right back.
Okay. Check the.
All right, back. Sorry about that.
I was going to see if just for the fun of it, if I needed a valid path connection URL. Stream 5080. So here I was, let's see, am I still screen sharing?
Yep, I see you.
This was just a little demo I clicked on. Let's see, JW Player. So, simple chat. Excuse me. Simple broadcaster. Admin panel. How would it know the username and password? Like here's the so somehow I would have to have a key, right? And then that would create an instance on the server, and then that would be a link that you could place different places, right? Either on the website, or you must install the demo application before running them.
Doing some Googling.
Excuse me. I don't know, all those demos seem to work. I don't know why I'd have to install.
Yeah, it's weird.
Publisher, record. So maybe this is the publisher. Maybe you create your own key name right here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I bet maybe stream key just means stream name. You know, like a.
So if I just copied this one for the fun of it and put it in there. Invalid path or connection URL, please check your settings. Let's see, settings. Stream.
Maybe it takes Maybe it's that URL. Maybe it's looking for an RTMP URL. Let's check.
That probably makes more sense.
Yeah.
Or is it this? Or do I have to give it that URL? The publisher, the demo publisher?
No, that's probably not it. What's down in the servers? What's that server drop down? What's in there?
That's the tab I'm on.
Gotcha.
Localhost.
Try that.
Connect.
Oh, that localhost.
Oh, that says, can you see that? Connect to our VPN localhost. There. You're right. You're right though, because it looks like the path has the RTMP, like right here. Oops. I didn't know clicking on that was going to do that. Video. Select video device. This is where I could directly select this. Maybe it looks like it might take the place of OBS.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Because here's a place to assign the video, and that's my video, and
There it is.
my microphone right there.
Yeah.
Audio, and that's my right there. My little Go mic is right there. So I wonder if
I think that's the same camera I have. Yep, 920.
I just thought it was going to pop up in this little screen right here for a second.
Yeah, me too.
Monitor, yeah. Well, it looks like installing it's going to be like half, maybe a quarter of the battery.
Let's do one more thing. Let's go back
Okay.
into your shell if it's still open.
Okay.
And let's go to the /opt/red5 folder.
Oh wait, I'm gonna CD.
Yep.
One, the
red5.
oh, red5.
Yeah. And do an ls. Let's see what's in here. Oh, there it is. So let's cd to that log folder. So cd space log and ls. So if we do vim red5.log, let's just see what this is telling us. Maybe look for some errors or something to give us a clue. So right now you're at the top of the file. If you do a capital G, so just Shift G, that should take you to the bottom of the file. That looks right. Info. Yep, start it up. I was hoping, well, not hoping, but I mean, you know, sometimes it's nice to find errors when you're having trouble. Like,
yeah,
oh, that's the
points to what points to the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, simple recorder, simple. Let's see, echo test. What is this? A test application that runs our data type tests. I wonder where I'd have to do like a username and password. Where does that come from? We'll host 5080 Echo Gateway. I'm sure it's going to be simple once I figure it out.
Yeah, it's just, you know,
basic live recorder. What's your start? What's that?
It's just uncharted territory for us both at this point.
Yeah, yeah. But
share ball. What the heck is it?
Share ball demo. Okay. What's this little thing? Connect to Red 5. All the paths have that RTMP.
Yeah.
What would I? Where? How do I know? I mean, how would you? What is the actual path to Red 5 from the to the?
Oh, I've got an idea. Can we go back in the shell?
Yeah.
And so if you hit Control L is a shortcut to clear the screen. Oh, I guess we're still in Vim. So :Q. Let's get out of Vim. And CD space .. which means go up one directory. And an L, wait, do CD space conf.
Huh?
CONF, conf. It's the short for configuration. So let's do an ls in here. Okay. Can we do a vim space red5.properties? see what it looks like in here. Oops. So just do a :Q. This is red dot properties. We want a red 5 dot properties.
Oh, shoot.
No, it's fine. You didn't save it, so it didn't write the file.
I almost did it again.
Yeah. Interesting. So what I was looking for in here, because I was reading on Google just now, it's good that it's 0.0.0.0. Because if those were 127.0.0.1, it would only listen for connections from the local host, right, from this server. But because those are all zeros, that means listen for connections, you know, from outside the server, right, from anywhere. So that's set up correctly. So yeah, I think it's just figuring out that RTMP URL, the RTMP : /
Install a ready-made application. If you prefer to jump right in and follow these steps, install a ready-made application, launch a demo. And this is, I was looking at this earlier. Let's see. Admin demo. These all look like they've already been created though, doesn't it? Don't they?
Yeah.
Because if I go back to here, launch a demo, then those demos that were listed were admin panel, I mean, pretty much already here. This is the one that interests me the most.
Yeah, that looks almost like OPS, right?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm
view stream, publish stream,
publish new, publish. I would swear that I would take a key, this key or name, and I mean, do I have to include this? If I'm looking at I know my path is wrong.
The URL there.
I mean, it wouldn't be /RTMP. That's not an actual. I mean, if you just, I mean, this is kind of something a noob would do, but if I just copied that and.
Yeah, let's try that.
The problem is I still don't have a key. Well, let's see. I don't remember if I pasted that in there. I can show that. Yeah.
Cool.
Oh wait, that was not funny. That was recording.
Huh.
Failed to connect to server. Yeah. I got a different.
That was a different error. Yeah.
Yeah. Oops, wrong.
Try so deleting the www.usconops.com / from the beginning of this.
The other thing is, why does it have that demo on there? Wait, let's see. I shouldn't have that / before the RTM, right?
And also the
I should or shouldn't.
Oh no, yeah, no leading /. And then where that local host is, let's put in www.usconops.com 5080. So the RTMP at the beginning is saying, use this protocol. Here's the address, colon 5080, and then /OFLA demo. So, yeah.
Oh.
Yep. That would be my best guess. Now, do we have to, what's the view versus publish on the left hand here? Can we do, maybe we have to start publishing first? I don't know.
See, this is what's confusing me, because if I'm creating an instance from OBS, why do I need this?
Oh yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
This is almost like I was saying earlier, like it takes the place, like I create the input here, and then it can be broadcast from here too, or published from here. I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute.
Like right here, it says connect local host. I mean, connecting to. I mean, it never says it didn't connect. Location. Oh, net connection connect failed. Okay, I did get an error. So, but that, I don't understand what that would be anyway.
I don't know what that is.
Publish.
Publisher. Can we hop back to OBS real quick?
Okay.
And then let's update that URL to be /live at the very end. So instead of OFLA demo, just /live.
Live?
Yep, LIVE.
Okay.
This is, and then let's try this one. Just from what I'm reading online.
Right. Would it be that, I guess that string, that name?
Yeah, it's something with the.
Let me see the string. Show that. Yeah, that's still this name right here. I'd be interested to see. Zero code live streaming with Red 5. What is that?
Oh, maybe instead of 5080, we need to put 1935. Let's try 1935.
With the live?
Yep, let's try it. I'm going from this discussion thread. I'll paste it here.
Ooh. Ooh.
Interesting.
That. Where is it going to?
I don't know. So that Google Groups I just posted, the link in the chat. That's what I've been reading this Sounds like the exact problem we've been running into.
But that, I mean, it shows that I'm streaming.
Yeah. Where's it going though?
Yeah. Let's go back to, if I went back to settings and stream, maybe I should go back here and go back to the original. I kind of thought I would see it here in this little black box.
Yeah, something pop up there.
Launch a demo. If it's one of these simple chat. What's this echo test?
Echo test, grade 5.
Simple recorder, simple chat. Let's do this. Maybe we have to change the location here in this. So if that in fact is the location, why wouldn't that be? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? It's got it grayed out since I know that works. I'm going to stop this for a second and go back to the settings and copy that. I mean, am I being goofy by thinking that maybe I can put this right here?
Let's try it.
And then servers, local. So save server, remove presets. How does it know?
So connect success. Now what happens if you hit play on that?
You know, I didn't notice it had connected earlier.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. It says pause. Let's see, playback, next stream, playback. I still feel like I expect to see it right here.
Yeah,
publish.
Sure. Ooh. Yeah.
Well, this is going to be one of those things where I'll probably just have to. I tell you what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Let me so that my hangout's not like 20 hours long. I'm going to go in that, but stay on. Don't go anywhere because I'll stay on and talk to you about what my next steps are. But what I wanted to do is just to show people what we would have to go through to do this. So what I'm going to do is, if I can find the right window, here we go. So whoever was watching, if anybody was watching or in the future, thanks, Tom. And of course, don't hang up. I'm going to talk to you about what to do next steps, and then I'll come back in the future and probably show what happened or try to describe how we got going from there. So thanks for those watching on YouTube in YouTube land.